Today is part 2 of meal prep, and if you haven't watched part 1, I want to encourage you to do that before watching 2, and I will put a link in the description below. But today I'm going to be showing you an easy way to make some amazing chicken enchiladas, and I'm not just saying that from how I feel about it myself. I have tested this on other people that aren't really in the same mindset as I am nutritionally. So you want to make sure you try your recipes out on those that are, you know, still doing some processed foods and things like that, because if it appeals to the masses, you know you're doing something right. And that is what I do with my recipes. I test them on the masses so that we can know it is appealing to several different palates, because that's very important to me. I don't want to just appeal to someone who is in the same place where I am, you know, has really eliminated processed foods and eating more whole foods and things like that. But first, I want to thank you so much for being here and supporting my channel. For those of you new, my name is Kimberly McIntyre. I am a certified nutrition and wellness coach. I have clients that go through my program. I teach them optimal health. How do we achieve optimal health? Through mind, body, and soul approach. You've got to hit all three, because all three matter just as much as the food on your plate. And those of you returning, thank you so much for being here. The way that you can help support me and my channel is by sharing this information with those that you know would love to hear it, and leaving me a comment below, giving this a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel. Also, if you will let the video run all the way through, the algorithm notices that and they're like, oh, they're actually appreciating her content. And honestly, if you want to click off, let me know why. Are you bored? You know, and obviously some people are going to click off because this isn't what they thought it was. But if there's something that I can do better, I am not above reproach. I am not a professional. I am just doing what I love and sharing the good news on that fact that we can achieve optimal health and feel great in our bodies every day that we get on this earth. Before we get to the enchiladas, I just want to start out with something that I have been doing recently. In the morning before I have coffee, I used to get up in the morning and I would hit that coffee, and honestly, I wanted it the moment my feet hit the floor. There were times that my kids would bring it in and have it beside my bed, and my husband would do the same. You're spiking that cortisol, and we don't want to do that. So I have changed some things a little bit, and this would be what I will eat. And I'm saying every day this is the same thing. I'm kind of addicted to this. Someone said, well, can you eat something else? Well, sure you can, but this is just what I have been doing recently. I would say over the past month and a half, 2 months. I just chop up an apple. I only do a half because I'm not a big morning eater. I'm not real hungry. I drizzle some almond butter on top, and then I put some cacao nibs. Mine are raw cacao nibs. Cacao nibs are superfoods, so this is a superfood altogether. I throw on some sunflower seeds. I love crunch and flavor. These sunflower seeds are raw. Okay. No added salt. They're not roasted. And so I am having healthy fats. I have protein, and I have fiber, and lots of vitamins and minerals offered right here before I hit the coffee. I also drink a big glass of water, take my morning supplements, and I try to move my body a little bit before hitting the coffee. So good. I'm in love. I'm in love. So after the enchilada tutorial, for some reason I'm having a hard time saying that word today, enchiladas. After the enchilada tutorial, I am going to share with you how my week actually went, because I am telling you what, it was on point, spectacular, because I was prepared.
It's chicken enchilada day. We already got our chicken done, which is amazing because that's what takes the longest. All we're gonna do is flash fry just so they will roll up, because if you roll them up like this, a lot of times they'll break, and I don't want that. So just super quick little flash fry, and that is going to help them be pliable. So just in and out real quick. You could make nachos like we talked about yesterday. No big deal. Let me grab, I have failed here. I need some paper towels. So if you want the easy way out, just get some masa. I'll put my link in the description below so you can get 20% off. Get the wonderful masa chips and make some nachos. Or you can get some organic tortillas like I did right here. These are organic corn. And you're just gonna do a quick flash fry. It doesn't take any time at all. We just want them a little pliable. That's it. I've already cut up the chicken, which didn't take but a second. And I got some organic enchilada sauce. A lot of times I will make my own sauce, which is super simple, but this is for busy moms who really don't have time for the extra steps. So I just got the organic Hatch red enchilada sauce. I really wanted the Siete, but you can't find it at all the grocery stores, and we're busy moms. We don't have time to run to 5 different grocery stores. Therefore, we get what we can. You can't always get what you want, but you can get what you need. I've not seen this brand before. It's new to our Ingles, but this is what I got. First, I'm going to get the grease or the oil off of the tortillas. You don't need them oily, and I did saute them in avocado oil. You're going to need to do it in avocado oil or coconut oil, which is a high temp. I personally love coconut oil, but not everyone in this home is a fan. And avocado really doesn't have much of a flavor, not in my opinion. It's very mild. Okay, so we're just gonna put a little bit of enchilada sauce on the bottom, give it some nice flavor. And I think typically with chicken enchiladas they use verde, but I still prefer this. Okay, now I've got all of my ingredients close by. Oops, I forgot the cheese. Let's get the cheese real quick. If you are in the market for a food processor, the Magimix through Nutrimil is fantastic. It's professional grade and it can handle anything. And I bought it because I wanted to make my own almond butter and cashew butter, and my Cuisinart just couldn't do it. It would not. No matter how hard I tried, it wouldn't make cashew butter. So I got this so I could accomplish that, and I've made ice cream, nice cream in it as well. Right now we're just gonna do some cheese, and I could do the hand grater, but this is so quick and easy, and that's what I want right now, quick and easy. I also still have leftovers, so another meal in here from the chicken potatoes that, you know, and dinner tomorrow night. Yes, you can make it into like a hash too. Yeah, you just cut it all up and delicious. There's just so many things you can do. It's so simple for all you busy people out there. All you busy people in the house, say hey. Hey. Oh. It has 3 different sizes. So it has the small, which inserts, and then the medium, which is what we're going to be using today. And then this is the large. And you know, you can do this on your prep day. You can prep your cheese and have that already in the refrigerator in a bag. Incredibly smooth, quick, and simple. I love this machine. And if you are interested, I'll put my link in the description below. And if you use my code, you get discount. All right, our cheese is ready. So this one was the medium. You see how that just pops right out. Tortilla, check. Chicken, check. Corn, check. I prefer black beans, but guess what? I'm out. Oops, pinto it is. We are flexible here, very flexible. We're gonna put our cheese. That's it, guys, super easy. We're gonna put some enchilada sauce on top. Some cheese on top. Okay, so this is ready to go in the oven. I'm gonna put it in the oven just like that, 30 minutes, 350.
If you give these enchiladas a try, please let me know what you think about it in the comments. I've been making enchiladas for years. I typically do one with ground beef and refried beans and chilies and all these things, and it's time consuming as I layer the enchiladas. They're absolutely delicious. I will bring that video to you one day, but this is a much quicker way to do it and still get a lot of flavor, and it's just delicious. As I went through my week, the first night I made the roasted chicken. So that night we had the roasted chicken with the vegetables, and it was absolutely delicious. And then I also popped one in the air fryer. Then the next morning I had my chia pudding with the berries and the almonds, and that was delicious. And then the next day I had the chia. I'm going to show you that tutorial right here.
Second day with chia pudding. I'm going to give you another option that's absolutely delicious. And I am so hungry and cannot wait to eat this. And it's good for several days, so nice prep. I'm going to drizzle some peanut butter. This is Valencia, very important. Valencia is grown in sand instead of dirt, therefore no mold. We don't have to worry about the mold factor with the peanuts. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of cacao nibs on there for some extra antioxidants, and I love the texture. Totally optional, of course. I always buy a big bag from Azure Standard. Adding my homemade granola, my daughter and I came up with this recipe as a copycat from the Trader Joe's with the coffee in it, because the Trader Joe's has some really bad things in it that I don't want in my body. For some added protein and healthy fat and deliciousness, I'm just gonna add some sliced almonds, topping it off with some sliced banana. Just some added potassium and deliciousness. Bananas get a bad rap, I feel, and they're so good for you. Another drizzle of peanut butter. Gonna keep you satiated. And I don't know about you, but I'm busy, so I don't want to be hungry all the time. Can't wait to dig in.
That was so delicious. So delicious. And I felt like I was eating something different because the components, the ingredients were different. And then I had some leftover chia, and I really wanted a smoothie. So I just popped that chia in the smoothie, and it was delicious.
I'm using my last little bit of chia pudding for a smoothie, and you might say, what does this have to do with busy moms? But busy moms need nourishment. And this is a great way to get in nourishment so that we feel energized and we can take care of our children well. And what I mean by that is that we can be fully present, energized. Turmeric concoction, I did a recipe on this I'll put that link in the description below. Already made up, so we have some very anti-inflammatory turmeric here doing great things for our body. So I'm just gonna dump that in. And so much of this is just optional. It's just because I happen to have it on hand. Maca, just a teaspoon. Maca is very helpful in balancing hormones. And I don't know what woman doesn't need help with that. I'm doing a scoop of protein powder. Just one vanilla, dragon fruit, and I prefer the snack size pieces. A sleeve of dragon fruit is a little harder to deal with, and when you're in a hurry, we don't want to deal with that. Notice how these are barely ripe, and that way we're not going to have as much of that spike. So if you are pre-diabetic or something like that, either omit the banana and go for an avocado, or use a banana that's a little more green. I am going to do the whole banana because I have a very busy day and I need to be able to be fueled well for quite some time. And I'm going to do a handful of spinach. And for you, those of you concerned about oxalates, they're only a problem if you have a digestion problem. So if your digestive system is working optimally, you do not have to worry about that. And spinach is a superfood. I don't have anything homemade right now, so I'm popping open a can of coconut milk, and this is why I like to have these on hand for the case of emergency. And I'm gonna do some coconut milk, and then I'm gonna do some water, because whenever I have a can like this, I always pour it into a container, 1 can of coconut milk, 1 can of water, because I don't like it quite this thick, and it makes it the perfect flavor, the perfect consistency, in my opinion. Didn't take long, and now we're ready to blend, and then I can take this with me for my very busy morning. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. And I will tell you, I am so grateful that I have my dip and my veggies ready, because I don't have time for much. So I'm gonna grab this and go, take it to work with me and enjoy there. Whoopsie! That was about tragic. So I don't even have to transfer it. I can just take it like this to work and be done. A little NutriBullet action.
So we are bumping up the healthy fats, the protein, the nutritional profile, and this is how we move towards optimal health, is plugging in those missing nutrients that we haven't been getting. The other thing that made my week so amazing is my mom ended up falling, and she had to go get some stitches. Well, she was so hungry, and so I brought her back to the house because I could warm up the chicken and the vegetables, and she was so satisfied. So if we're not prepared, then it's hard to serve others well, right? At least in an instant. My daughter-in-law stopped by with my granddaughter, and I was able to feed them the chicken enchiladas because I had this quick, ready to go. A few days later, I invited them back over for some chicken tacos. I took the chicken, I added some spices, I added sea salt, pepper, cumin, and chili seasonings, and I had black beans. I just quickly sauteed the organic corn tortillas and had some other vegetables to throw on top. It tasted completely different than the enchiladas and was just another meal. I know I say I love variety, but I still was getting variety between my lunches and my dinner. And then I did have a couple of days where I had salads, and I threw the chicken on the salad with some vegetables, and it just was super simple. I was soaring, and I did not have any hiccups in the week. I didn't have any. And it just was super exciting. I was very satiated. My cravings were cut down. But to be honest, nowadays, if I have a craving, a sweet craving, I take time to think, what can I plug in to overcome it? And a lot of times it's this apple on repeat. I will repeat this apple. It's so satisfying to me, and it curbs my craving. Sometimes I will slice a banana and I will put some peanut butter on there, put some cacao nibs, and maybe some chopped walnuts. Simple things like that. And it just saves the day. I was just so grateful that I had taken the time to prep all of these things, because I don't know about you, but if you're at work and you're hangry and you forgot to plan, anything goes. But the thing that matters the most is that you get out of the way what would take the longest. So the chicken takes at least 45 minutes. My rice, because it's brown, takes at least 40. And those are the things that when you get home, you'd be like, I don't wanna. I have one more day where I'm gonna share some tips on prepping and saving the day nutritionally. So stay tuned for more. And again, if you'll remember to please do the things to help out my channel. I'm also gonna put my 7-day reboot in the description below, because that's another way that you can help support my channel. It is only $9.95, but what you're getting in that 7-day reboot is information, education, and food lists that are satisfying your body's need for nutrition, and it also comes with a grocery list. So pop down there, order it, do it, and I guarantee you, if you follow it verbatim, you're gonna feel amazing by the end of the week. But you have to do it. You have to do it. Thanks again for being here. I appreciate you guys so much, and you have a wonderful day.